right. I am here with Roslynn Gray, who is the Director of Reentry Services with OAR, which is an organization that we have just started working with. And we're delighted, Roslynn, to have you with us today to tell us a little bit more about this project and the work that y'all are doing.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited about it. Whenever we can talk about OAR and what we do for the community and what we've done, it's wonderful just to get the word out. I'm excited to be here.
Cool. Well, let's get right to it. So tell us a little bit about OAR and what it is you do.
So OAR stands for Opportunities, Alternatives, and Resources. It's a private nonprofit organization that has been servicing the community since 1971. So our mission here at OAR is to rebuild lives and create safer communities by using opportunities, alternatives, and resources for our families, that's our mission, and that's why we have that in our name. We do pre and post incarceration services. So we do things inside the jail as well as outside the jail, where we have 3 different counties that we work with. So we are in Fairfax, Loudoun, and Prince William. So we're able to impact a lot of families' lives. And the goal is to stop them from going back into the criminal justice system. So, and me personally, I'm the director of reentry. So it's my job. My team does all of the post and pre-release work. So we meet with clients while they're incarcerated, help them get clothing, shoes, their IDs, jobs, housing. And then once they get out, we have a case plan set up for them to get the job, or sometimes we'll already have a job set because we were working with them prior to getting out. So the post-release part of it is just helping them get acclimated back into the community.
How do you get in touch with these folks?
All 3 of our jails has a case manager that's inside the jail. So they will send out, there's email blogs, there's flyers. We're pretty well known around the jail already. So people know that they can just put in an inmate request form is what the formal name is. And then one of our case managers will meet. We also have a website, so you can get on there, send a request to us at the bottom and someone will call you, or you can just call us. You can just call our main number and people walk in. We have a lot of people that walk in. As long as you have been involved in the criminal justice system at some time in your life, you can come in and we can help you.
What are some of the other departments in your organization then?
The family reentry family is underneath my department, who deals with everyone that comes in. We also have our jail-based programs, and that's only in Loudoun and Fairfax. And what they do is they do a lot of planning and supporting. They do a lot of classes there. So we actually teach classes inside the jail. So we teach anger management, basic computer skills, employability skills, fatherhood, financial planning, impact of crime, life skills, mentoring. We have parenting classes. We have workplace classes as well. And those same classes we also teach outside as well. But our focus in the jail is to get them ready to come out. And that team is our jail-based team that we have. We also have a domestic violence team that people who are committed, who have been convicted of domestic violence, we have classes that they can take, and then they also get case management. We have shoplifting classes, so that's a whole nother team. All of that is underneath our court program. So they go to court every day, that team, and they deal with that aspect. A new program that we're getting ready to start that we're super excited about, we started in January here in Fairfax, is we're going to have a diversion program. Anybody that goes through our diversion program and they're successful with it, their records are expunged. So we're super excited. We're working with Prince William's defense attorney, and we're working with Loudoun's Commonwealth to start it on those 2 as well. But the Fairfax is a go. We're ready come the new year.
So say some more about that. What happens in that program then?
So it's super exciting. So what happens is the Commonwealth will present our program, the diversion program. And if the client is interested, they come in and they get an assessment. So that assessment is going to look at their criminogenic needs and look at what we need to address. So let's just say it's education and jobs. So we would come up with a case plan that will allow us to address those criminogenic needs, and then we give it back to the client. If he says yes, I'll find a job, or or go to school, or whatever we decide to put on that, or together we put on that case plan. We present it to the judge, and if the judge agrees and says yes, he can do it, then it's a 4 to 6 months program. So he'll go through the program, and we have different classes like MRT, we have seeking employment. So there's other classes, and then all those other classes I named earlier that he can do outside. So if all that stuff is on the case plan, he completes it all within the 4 to 6 months period. They do go back to court, and then the judge will expunge their record. Wow. So it's a great opportunity. We're looking, it's just a pilot right now. So we're looking to get about 50 to 100 people through the program, wow. But that's huge. Yeah. I mean, if you can get the help that you need, and we're looking for a lot of community support. So mentors, mentors is the biggest thing. Volunteers to teach classes. We are always looking for volunteers to come in and help teach classes. We've been doing them virtually right now. Our Seeking Employment is our very first class that we have done in person since the pandemic. And we can only have 6 people because of where we're having it at. But if we could have it, possibly maybe at your church or another community-based place, we might be able to do more social distancing and have more people, and then have someone come in and teach it. So we're excited about it. We're extremely excited. So it's a new department within OAR.
Oh, well, that's great. Is that primarily for first-time offenders, or is that anybody?
First-time offenders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I saw on your website that you're celebrating 50 years as an organization. Can you tell us a little bit about how it all got started?
It started back in September 1970s when it actually started. And our name used to be Offender Aid and Restoration. So they changed that in 1970, the following year to what it is now, the Opportunity, Alternatives, and Resources. And it was a man by the name of Jay Willard who opened the national office. And it was about 22 different agencies in 10 states that did it. And it really started, the root of it was they had like a prison strike in Richmond, and they had a lot of churches that came together with the correction system and said, hey, we got to get together and try to figure out how we can help these people. What can we do? They looked at a lot of human rights stuff, and they came up with OAR. So he looked at the vision of helping the citizens and getting people from jail to back into society, and that's how he formed OAR. So we have a lot of churches still that come in and help us, or volunteer to go into the jail and teach classes, or volunteer to do a lot of classes outside of work. They'll work the front desk. They'll do mentors. When we had the pandemic, we had to kind of stop it, of course, because everything was shut down. But I know that Tammy Hunt, who is the manager over the volunteers, started Monday reaching out to people saying, hey, we have opportunity for you possibly to teach classes on Zoom or Teams, or can you come back into the jail? We're waiting for the jail, both jails, to give us a thumbs up, Loudoun and Fairfax, that we can start bringing people in. But we've always had a lot of community support here.
So who are some of the clients that you're working with then?
Everybody. We work with people from rapists, murderers, to people who don't pay child support, to assault, to batter intervention. We have people who are dealing with, being abused. We also deal with families. We have a family support group that is every second and fourth Monday. And none of them are clients. They're the clients' families that maybe once the clients get out, their families need the support. And it's phenomenal. Those are still clients to us because we help them. We provide them with whatever it is that they might need, the support. Sometimes we have attorneys come in and speak. We have probation officers will come in and speak. We've had past clients come in and say, hey, when your son or daughter gets out, don't do this or do this. So we have all kind of clients. So yes, we service people who might have petty thefts to reckless driving to, like I said, murders and rapists, but we also are supportive of their families as well.
Wow, that's really important too.
Yeah, it is. And you don't realize how many questions people have. They don't know. They don't know. And you can't call the jail and say, hey, my son's getting out and I need to know where he's going to get a job. They're going to say, figure it out.
Good luck with that. Huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what they should say is call OAR.
Yeah.
They can help you. And that's normally what they say, call OAR, they can help you. And that's how we get the people. So
what are some of the issues, particularly for families, that they are facing when a family member gets incarcerated?
Housing. Housing is huge.
So like if the person is the primary breadwinner, then
yeah. Housing is huge. A lot of times these family members cannot have, we have a lot of sex offenders, and a lot of times the sex offenders can't stay in the neighborhood with their support system.
Oh, yeah.
So looking for housing for sex offenders is huge. Finding jobs for people, whether you're a sex offender or just having a felon, period. Having someone that they can talk to. That's why we were really big on that mentor aspect, because everybody needs a support system. And sometimes you don't have family. A lot of our clients don't have family. They don't have anybody they can talk to. They don't have anyone that they can just call and say, hey, I need some support. So just having some mentors would be great. Mentors, housing, and jobs. Yeah. Is what everybody seems to need right now.
Has the pandemic made a significant difference in what you've been doing?
Pandemic has definitely changed our way of doing things here at OAR. We have a staggered schedule, so we're not. Sometimes we work from home. Sometimes we're in the office. We don't meet face to face. You can come in, but we set up a laptop when you first come in, and the case manager is back here on the backside in her office. So it's a face-to-face, but it's not that sit down, So you're on the laptop. I'm just how we're talking right now, except you're in my lobby. We have a secluded area, and then I'm here at my desk. Yeah. So we're going through the same paperwork. And then when it's time for me to give you things, because people can come to our office and get, like I said earlier, clothing, smart trip cards. I put it back together and I put it on the outside of the door, and then I tell you to get up and get it. So it's just certain steps that we didn't used to do that we do now. Yeah.
How many folks do you have in your department on staff?
We have 22. 22.
And are there volunteers on top of that then?
Right now, we only have 2 volunteers. We used to have more volunteers than we had staff because they were teaching classes. We have 2 volunteers who have come back, and they help with the court programs unit. They go to court, they pull records. So right now we only have 2, but I know that, like I said, Ms. Hunt started Monday calling because it's time for us to start increasing our classes, especially with this new diversion program that's coming on. We're expected to do classes every week. And out of the 22, I do believe there's only 8 or 9 case managers. Everybody else is supervisors or directors, and we can still do case management, but or they work in the jail as case management. So that's just post-release case managers. We have 2, 4, 6 case managers that are in the jails. Okay. Yeah.
How many clients are you serving then?
The average case manager has about 40, which is really low for us. We normally have about, pre-pandemic, we had about 60 to 80 clients per person. Wow. Yeah, so 40 is extremely low. We are giving, what we always do is 100% to our clients. I say now we give them 110% or 150% because we have more time. I would say maybe out of 60 people, you might have 10 that you see weekly or have to have contact with weekly. Yeah. Okay.
How long have you been working with OAR?
So I will be with OAR for 2 years in January. I know. It seems like I've been here forever, right? No. So
time has no meaning anymore.
Everybody says that, like, you've only been here for 2 years? Like, yeah.
How did you get into working at OAR?
So I have been a probation officer for over 20 years. I am a military wife, so every 3 years I'm traveling. So I've been a probation officer everywhere that we pretty much go to. And I was a probation officer in Manassas, and I learned about OAR. And I was like, oh man, like their mission, I love it. Like I love their mission. And so the director position came up. And I said, you know what, I'm going to step out on faith. This is something I've never done before, you know, and this organization is nonprofit. I'm going to go from the state job to this. And if it's meant to be, then this is where I'll be. And I got the job and I love it. I love it. I would not change it for the world. I bring a lot of help when it comes to working with probation officers and the court system, what to do. So I love it.
What's a good day look like for you?
I would say a good day for the organization is getting success stories. We get success stories all the time where whether the client comes in and says, hey, Miss Gray, I got a job. That job hired me. Like that's a good day for me. Or if somebody calls and says that a job lead or they finished school, something that we paid for, helped them they got. To me, that's a great day. When a volunteer comes in and says, I love working here. This is the best thing. I want to add another class, or have we ever thought about motherhood classes or come with great ideas? That's a good day for me. I'm the director that always wants to do something new. They'll tell you, I'm like, you know what? We've never tried that, but let's do it. Let's just try it, you know, as long as it makes sense. But that's a good day for me. New ideas. My team is excited to be here. Somebody comes in and shares a good story with me. That on an OAR scale is a good day. On a personal director day, no meetings and time to get my to-do list. See this is a to-do list.
Ooh.
Done. I know. I do have some stuff marked out though. So that's
good. That's good.
But being able to have some time to do that is fine. But we're a great team here. And when that doorbell rings, I'm jumping up, even though we have a reception up there, I'm jumping up. My case manager is jumping up. Like we're just here to help. We want people to come in and we want them to leave happy and with what they need.
Do you get a lot of success stories?
Yes, we do. We really, really do. Because we work so hard to get you to where you are. We have people that sometimes are here for 30 days. Some people are here for a year, you know, and we will help you. We will hold your hand through the entire thing. We'll sit down and do your resume. We'll sit down and apply for jobs with you or for you if you can't do it. Our Seeking Employment class is phenomenal. So it's 6 weeks. And if you finish the class, you get a haircut, or you can go to the salon if you're a woman to get your hair done. You get 2 business suits, you get your resume, and you're guaranteed an interview. Now, it doesn't guarantee you the job, but we're hoping that what you've learned in this Seeking Employment gets you the job. So we get a lot of people that go through that, and then they come back like, I love it. Like, I love my job. I love what I'm doing. I didn't think I was going to like it. It wasn't what I came for, but I tried and they loved it. We get a lot of people who we have connected with mentors, and the mentor will come back and say, you know, hey, Jimmy Crack Corn is doing phenomenal. He's been clean for 2 weeks. He's going to his AA classes. He's seen his probation officer. He might have a job, you know, those. And then we do get some where people go back in, you know, they were out and they go back in. But the good thing is we have that relationship, and we'll go right into the jail and say, Jimmy Crack Corn, talk to me about what happened. Like, what can we do? What can we do so that next time you stay out, you know? And I can say this, a lot of times what people go in for the first time is not what they're going in for the second time. Yeah. A lot of times it's wrong place, wrong, you know, oh, I didn't have any money, or, oh, you know, I was with somebody else, it was peer pressure, you know, so yeah. I love success stories. We have them on our website too. We get a lot of success stories. We have a lot of churches that are donating to us for Christmas. We're super excited about it. We have, I wish I could show you, we have a room full of toys that we have 20 families that we have right now that are our clients who have reached out to us for need. And we've had so many churches that have come in and given us money or just toys. Facet has also helped us. It's such a blessing because we have so much stuff. I don't think that it just warms my heart. I love it. I just love to give back for people who have nothing. These people have nothing. They don't have jobs, and some of them have quite a few children that would have nothing if it wasn't for the donations that we get.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to be able to help with that. We've got a pile of things building up downstairs that we're going to be bringing over. So
we're excited about it. We are always looking for clothing donations. We just need big people. And I know that sounds weird, but we need like 2X, 3X, 4X coats, like 40, 44 pants for men and women when it comes to coats. And it's hard. We get a lot of smalls, a lot of mediums, a lot of larges, but we have a lot of clients who are bigger in stature and we need bigger clothing. If anybody's listening to this too and you want to donate, bigger clothes we'll take anything. Trust me, we will take it all. But if you know anyone that's bigger in size that has old coats or pants or sweaters, please, please, please donate them. We need them.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could fix the criminal justice system, what would be the first thing that you'd want to go after?
If I could fix the criminal justice system, I think the first thing I would go after is more classes prior to getting out of the jail. I think that people are going into the jail and getting out blind. They don't know how to use computers. They don't know how to do anything. You would be so surprised of the lack of knowledge that some people are getting when they're inside of the facility. And I know that people look at jails like, oh, you're there, you committed a crime, you don't need any education, you don't need anything. But what we have to understand as citizens is when these people get out with nothing, then they're going to go back to doing what they've known because they don't know anything else. So first thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you used a word a couple of times. Was it criminogenesis? Did I get that?
Yeah, criminogenic needs.
Yeah. Is that what that means? The root of your criminal behavior?
It's the root of your criminal behavior. And it's things that you can change. Some things you can't change about your past.
Sure.
But some things you can. You can change the fact that you didn't go to school, you didn't finish school. We can change that. We can change the fact that maybe you can't read or you can't write. Those are things that we can change. We can't change your race. We can't change who you love. That might affect what happened to you. You were in love with this person and you beat her up, but we can change your anger. We can change what your triggers are. What is a trigger? Is there such thing as a trigger, or is that just something that you put in your mind so that allows you to react in a negative way? So it's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I would change. I would add more education into the prison system, not high school, college education, but just life education. Let's talk about your crime. Let's talk about what you did, how why you did it, and make sure you don't do it again.
Yeah.
Because you, like I said, you get, and thank goodness that Loudoun, Prince William, and Fairfax allows for us to come in and teach classes like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a blessing for the community, not even for the clients. It's a blessing for the community that we're allowed to come in and do that, because when these people get out, they're getting the tools that they need. Nobody has to come to these classes. When they're in jail, they don't have to come to these classes. They want to. So that's a plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the financing come from for your organization?
We have grants. We have federal, state, and local grants, and then we have a lot of private people who donors who will donate as well. Yeah, a lot of stakeholders in that.
If somebody watching this wanted to be involved, what could they do and how would they do it?
So if anybody wants to be involved in OAR, you would call Tammy Hunt. Tammy Hunt deals with all of our volunteers, any donors, anything like that. And I'm going to give you her number. It's 703-246-3139. And she's looking for volunteers right now. So if anyone's interested in teaching classes or just being a mentor, we're doing it virtually, if that's more comfortable for you. Or if you're interested in going into the jail, you can let her know that. Or if you're interested in teaching classes face-to-face, in person, we are more than happy to do that as well. So we're offering all those avenues right now. Doors just opened on Monday. So we let the flood come in. We need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
Teaching those classes, is there a set curriculum that you've got already?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And she's the teacher for that. She's so good. Tammy has been around for, I think, about 5 or 6 years with us. She used to teach at the Prince William. She's taught for Fairfax. She's taught at Loudoun. She's really good. And once we do like the Change Company, that's the name of the books that we use. And once you teach one, it's kind of easy to teach the rest because it's just different topics. But she's so good at teaching it. She's great.
Anything else that we've not covered that we ought to?
No, I'm excited to get you guys to get your church and anybody else to see this to please reach out to us. We always, like I said, need donations, mentors, people to work the front desk, friendly people that want to help. That's what we're here about. We're here to help people any way we can. So if you have that in your spirit and you want to help, please reach out to us. We will find somewhere or something for you to do within our organization.
Excellent. Well, our denomination has a program called the Matthew 25 initiative that we signed up for. And so, that passage where Jesus says, when you feed the hungry and give drink to the thirsty and you visit the sick and in prison, you do it to me. And so this is one of the pieces that we're hoping we'll be able to develop as we move forward to carry out that ministry. So.
Well, we're ready. We're ready for you guys, and we will receive it with open arms. And I'm pretty sure our clients will too. They really need that support, positive support.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Roslynn, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to meet you and to spend some time talking with you and hearing about OAR and the great work that you're doing.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this.
All right.